The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I'd like to take his face off.
With your host, Fabian Salazar. Let's go ahead and move on. What do you got in your pre-show notes? And Cole Butterfield.
Serbian film was easier because you just got to deal with me making noises in the background.
Where we talk about movies, most of the time.
Just all the open sex talk.
Yeah. So come along for a ride and have fun.
Only true, like almost like decent fanfics, but like one of the first fanfics is actually just super successful, like outside of 50 Shades of Grey, which is just bad Twilight porn.
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah, whereas we have somebody like, Galaxy Quest, legit like Star Trek, Galaxy Quest, like it's... So I think that's the overarching theme, is that it's by fans, for fans, while also making fun of this thing, but also taking it seriously at the same time, which is... Honestly, I think that's the best part about the whole fucking thing, is that it's... like fan service, but not to the point where like it's certain Marvel moments where it's just like trying to jerk you off. Like, here's the thing.
Look, it's Kirk.
Yeah, but like the subtle references, like with like, oh, so you found a way to lose your shirt, just because Kirk is always losing his fucking shirt.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just like a casual throwaway line, which is awesome. I think that's the overarching theme of the whole entire thing. Which
it's not fan service, but it's clearly made by fans of the franchise, and.
I mean, like, if imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, it's like...
Damn it, we probably should have had this in the middle bit versus, like, the opening cold open. Let's redo the cold open and go back over that.
All right. The whole fan service thing, yeah, because that's the whole... That's
we can talk about fan service. And, like, that's the fan service for the sake of fan service. Like, oh, look, it's a character you know. Or, like... Oh, we're bringing back this old character, like all that.
Yeah,
bullshit.
like you get a lot with the MCU, which is fucking.
And modern Star Wars,
stuff. It's like, don't you remember this thing? Like it's exhausting. It's kind of mildly insulting to the point where it's just so blatant.
Yeah, it's like it come up with an original idea, which, given that, shout out Andor, is the best thing to come out of Disney Star Wars ever.
Oh, yeah, dude, Andor is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's like one of the few I can actually stand to sit down and watch without just, like, walking out of the room.
I'd call it Game of Star Wars. Because it really is. It's all the hidden figures and all the crazy bullshit that actually went into making the rebellion work. And that, like, it's like the only mature thing to come out of Star Wars since Empire.
Yeah, wherever.
Maybe Rogue One.
I enjoyed Rogue One for what it was, but that's also connected to Andor.
Yeah.
So just that entire fucking that character, the entire storyline.
But fan service for the sake of fan service is bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's just it's insulting. It's like, yeah, okay, I know that thing.
It's like, I get it.
And also, like, to the point where it's so blatant to appeal to the fans, like, it kind of, I feel like it gets lost on, like, just the casual viewer, which you don't really want to. You don't want to alienate the casual viewer. You got to attract the wider audience that you can.
When Hayden Christensen popped up in Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, I was like, yeah, I was happy. I'm like, oh my god, look. But also, like, taking a step away, like, oh, I see what you did.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, you got me.
It makes me happy. It's like, I'm happy he's getting kind of like a redemption playing Anakin.
Which he definitely does need. Like, especially as one of the guys who also just really hated on Hayden Christian and stuff. Like, he definitely needs a bit of,
Yeah, and he can act. He can act, given the right material.
Well, it's like since then, like Robert Pattinson after Twilight. Like, no, he can act.
Yeah,
like,
he's a good actor. You need to give him...
You try reading George Lucas's lines and trying to fucking sell, like, the fucking sand monologue alone.
Right.
From where I'm standing, the Jedi,
Give him something to fucking work with.
Yeah, something to work with, and he can work with it. So it's nice that he is getting that redemption, but also it's like, hey guys.
That being said, welcome to the season finale of Cole-astic Cinema. And what we are watching today, we are watching one of the best satire space spoof.
Just one of the
best
sci-fi movies.
One of the best sci-fi movies ever made. We are watching Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
Galaxy Quest was made in 1999. It was directed by Dean Parasot, written by David Howard, and it stars Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Daryl Mitchell, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, the most stacked fucking cast in the world. It was budgeted for $45 million. Opening weekend it made $7 million, but worldwide, the worldwide gross was $90 million, so they doubled their budget.
Hell yes.
It was filmed in Goblin Valley and Los Angeles.
Goblin Valley, shout out to the home state.
So yeah, this was one of my kid movies where I would just watch on repeat. Just one of the.
Oh yeah, which was what helped with the sales, because when it came out in '99, but then with the VHS and DVD release in 2000, they saw that's where they got that a lot more of their fucking money back. One of those VHSs at my house, I'm pretty sure we burned that thing to the ground, just going through it again and again and again and again and again. Oh, yeah. Even as a family, which was super fucking cool.
Yeah, it was one of my family, not only one of my kid movies, but one of my family movies. It was just just a great time. This movie is just an absolute fun time. Even if you're not a fan of like Star Trek or any of the space movies, this movie's just perfect, especially for today's day and age with all the Star Wars hype and all the fandom hype over the MCU and everything. It is just a fantastic watch to poke fun of all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, so what I really enjoyed about it is another family time was like when I'd get off of school in elementary school, we'd all sit down and watch TNG together. So yeah. I had this slight Trekkie background going into that, but still like recognize what I was making fun of and everything, and just thoroughly enjoying it. Oh man, this movie's so goddamn good, and I like it so much. It just gets me right in the fucking happy, right in the feels. And you missed a few because it also debuted Justin Long and Rainn Wilson.
That's true, yeah.
Introduced us to them, and also one of my favorite character actresses, Missy Pyle, like she was Lalari, or that's too many L's for me to say.
And she has no lines.
Basically no lines, and they made
Except
it more.
For...
just the she describes it in the behind the scenes as a baby trapped in a bagpipe, which he's just like talking to Tim Allen. He goes okie dokie, and then just cracks open. Fucking great. But she's also in a lot of other things, and I love her as a character actress. She's really good and a lot of fun. She's very, very fun.
Also, like peak Tim Allen. Like,
oh yeah, he just finished Home Improvement like 7 months after this came out. Like he finished Home Improvement.
He's clearly like just that post out of work actor, just strung out. Like, all right, I'm clearly hungover in like every scene.
She just does so well, and it's really well. Even everyone's character arc, like their development throughout the entire movie, like every single character that was like a member of this cast develops in a lot of ways. Of like it really is well done. Like trying to go into the movie, we haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah,
but just like doing the research and reminding myself of all the things. Like I went and just like looked at all the quotes and then just like found myself just giggling, just reading them and remembering the entire scenes alone. Like this is a delightful fucking movie, and I'm really glad we're covering it after what you guys have put me through.
Yeah, it's time for a good break.
Just a nice man, trying to make a nice podcast, man. Man. Also, so
it's really hard to talk about this movie without diving into like.
Yeah, I just want to dive into the whole fucking goddamn movie. This is one of the harder pre-shows. I just want to dive into the movie because growing up, watched it so many times. Only had so many movies in my house. Absolutely loved Galaxy Quest, and just how it was a departure for so many. Like you got Tim Allen doing action, you got Sigourney Weaver doing a bit more comedy, you got Alan Rickman doing a sci-fi film, and he doesn't normally care for fucking sci-fi, but he just enjoyed the script. You've got Tony Shalhoub doing the pretty much satire of David Carradine and other like Caucasians playing non-Caucasians because his character name is like Quan, and he like admits that's not actually my last name. But then you got fucking Sam Rockwell, who's still relatively unknown at the time. It's an amazing character arc and stealing the goddamn show.
Sam Rockwell is the quote unquote red shirt. If you know what the red shirt is.
Yeah, red shirt. Shout out. Yeah, freaking crewman number 6 is what he was. He didn't have a last name. Like fucking even Daryl Mitchell as Laredo. Laredo's got an awesome arc of kind of just being like fed up and annoyed by all the shit, and then eventually coming into his own and like remembering everything, taking it seriously.
The aging child actor, who's like, oh my god, I did this as a kid. I want to fucking.
Like I'm trying to move on, like fucking Jaleel White with Urkel. Like I do other things. Like I can do other things. And then man, no, this is such a hard preamble because I just want to dive into the fucking movie. Also, I really just want to watch the fucking movie.
I do too. It's a solid movie.
It's a solid movie. And it's been way too long.
If y'all haven't seen Galaxy Quest, please go watch Galaxy Quest.
Guys, please.
It is so much fun. It is. Oh my god, that's so much better.
Wow, that's shot number 1, y'all.
But it's just a blast. It is so much fun. And I
also,
highly recommend it already.
It gives you like one of the most serious Tim Allen moments. Like when he's trying to dive into the movie.
I know, right?
Fuck, man.
I know, the pre-show's...
Oh, dude, this is a really hard pre-show. I mean, fucking Serbian film was easier because you just got to deal with me making noises in the background and you guys laughing about how horrible this fucking movie is.
In Hellraiser, you had never seen him, so we could talk about all the pre-show. But this is a movie you and I both know
watched
and love.
to death. Like, and
so
also like when looking at like on my IMDb, like the recommendations after that, Evolution, it's like, it's like, oh yeah, there was a good time for some fucking movies around this point.
We should do an Evolution episode.
Dude, I am fucking down. It's been too long since I fucking watched Evolution.
Movies, that one's in my kid movies where I just watch it every fucking day. And
then also thinking about it, what an insane movie to fucking watch as a child. Like,
right.
Just all the open sex talk. Yeah. She's an ice queen in desperate need of a good humping.
God, love that movie.
Shout out to Evolution. Shout out to Evolution. If you're a long-time listener, they know that's another shot because that's an Evolution reference.
Also, for long-time listeners who haven't commented or subscribed or anything, subscribe and leave a comment for what you'd like us to watch. We are definitely open to watching anything, and we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely like to see you guys' comments. Or, some of your guys' comments.
Some of them. As long as you're not getting in like super racy or anything, or like talking about how.
No, I'd definitely like to see some engagement.
Or like how SAG-AFTRA doesn't need living wages. Like, I don't want to hear any of that.
I don't want to hear any of that goddamn shit, man. Just fucking pay people. Don't like just photocopy their goddamn identities on AI. Use AI for science and shit. It doesn't need to be doing art. This is a Trek film where everyone has the free time, doesn't need to really work a job to pursue art. They all pursue arts and stuff like that. Well, the robots and everything else do all that nonsense. That's the future I want. Also, to where I can be racist against aliens for a while because I'm not allowed to be racist when I get older.
Yeah, as long as you're racist against aliens and not towards...
it's like, no granddaughter of mine is going to date a bugger. It's like, Grandpa with the hard R.
Oh, God. All right.
Okay, yes. That may or may not have been a stand-up that I've been working on.
Let's go ahead and move on. What do you got in your pre-show notes?
Ooh, man. Yeah, no, I didn't feel good about that either.
These damn buggers
coming in, taking our jobs with their multiple fucking limbs and their carapaces, able to fucking take tank shells. Back in my day, you could just step on a bug, and now you're trying to marry him.
Back in my days, workers only had 2 arms and 2 legs. That was it.
Back in my day, we had our pronouns. We didn't have to worry about goddamn insects.
Not incest.
Oh no, we have to worry about. We still have to worry about that even in the future. I blame Game of Thrones and Clueless.
Yeah, with the rise of step sibling porn.
And that, guys, that's us talking about porn. That's another shot.
We devolved into porn. There we go.
That's how you know the preamble is getting to a close. We're devolved to talking about porn.
And we are only 12 minutes in.
That is not great. Don't worry. Future Fabian will make this sound even longer. Although probably even the 12-minute bit because that is awesome.
All right, here we go. Back to Galaxy Quest.
Man, all my fucking notes are about the goddamn movie and all the fucking scenes and just everything I love. Like any preamble about, like, why to even like this movie, besides the fact that it's just awesome, is it's played incredibly seriously, even though it is satire, which is originally going to be directed by Harold Ramis, and he wanted to make it like Spaceballs, which had been more slapsticky.
All right.
Which has its place, because I fucking love Spaceballs. Like huge, like, place in my heart for fucking Mel Brooks. Fantastic, but...
That's a little bit too on the nose.
Too on the nose, which was fun about Spaceballs, because it was, like, on the nose, but...
But that's not Galaxy Quest.
That's not Galaxy Quest. Like it's...
Or at least how we know it.
At least how we know it. At least how it turned out how it should have been. Especially because it went through so many rewrites. It started off originally as like a PG-13 movie. That's why you've got the dub with Sigourney Weaver, where she's clearly saying, "Well, fuck that."
Yeah.
Or the in the very beginning with fucking Daryl Mitchell. Like we have fucking Daryl Mitchell doing the like, "You were so full of it, man." He's clearly saying, "So full of shit." like there's much darker, had originally like darker tone. Like apparently I was reading that like reason Sigourney Weaver's shirt is so cut open because there's supposed to be a seduction scene. Like it was really built out, and then they kind of just scaled it down and make it more PG friendly. It ended up weirdly working out in its favor a lot better, which is interesting because I feel like other movies like with Venom being scaled down to a PG-13 movie, I'm like, no, this needs to be a rated R. Like we're also talking post Deadpool. Like this is a symbiote that likes to eat brains. We're talking early on in the career before it becomes this huge blown up thing. But this is not a comic book podcast. Someone cut it off right there.
We had the conversation earlier. It was like, we're not a horror movie podcast. We're not a comic book podcast. We're a movie podcast.
We're a movie podcast. I just happen to be a fan. But no, that's also what I appreciate about the movie, and also how all the actors were definitely in like spots to where their characters made sense with kind of what they were going through personally.
Yeah,
like Tim Allen worrying about being just like a one shot, like he just finished Home Improvement. Buzz Lightyear for Toy Story, was that all he had to do by this point in his career? You got Alan Rickman, who is just a classically trained actor and a really, really good actor, being stereotyped and pigeonholed into villain roles because he did so well. Just like Leonard Nimoy, pretty much being stuck and doing space shit the entire time. You got Sigourney Weaver, just as like a female, like going through what I can only imagine so many actresses, or now actors, not just actresses, but at the time, female actors had to go through. Just like the whole 6 years, just the whole
which
interview.
Also plays really well because she's the pioneer, or one of the pioneers of women in cinema, as like the actual strong woman that can fucking get shit done.
So which is then playing because she which makes the casting even fucking better for her. Tony Shalhoub is just a great goddamn actor. Sam Rockwell, an unknown, not really like his career is like at a certain point where he either go somewhere and become what he is now, like an A-list goddamn actor, or just fade into obscurity and have to get a different fucking job.
The plucky comic relief.
The plucky. Like it's just so brilliantly, just really well done, well cast. Like all the Thermians are like amazing goddamn character actors. This is how we eventually got Rainn Wilson, like doing fucking Dwight, and we got Justin Long, who I don't care for.
Dorky little nerdy sci-fi kid.
Yeah.
Who's way too invested into the series.
Yeah, which I would not know what it's like to be invested like that. But also that's the beauty of it, because it's a fan is just super invested into a series, and it's kind of it's like, hey, it's okay. But also it's like, you are aware this is it's just a thing. But also it's okay. It's awesome that you're super into this thing. Like that is super cool. Yeah. Like like it's because fans is what's brought back Star Trek. Like Star Trek went off the air, and then like when it started going to syndication, like it just found a resurgence, and they started doing conventions, and all the fans brought it back. That's how we get like Star Trek, like the first movie. That's how we get TNG and Deep Space Nine and all those. And it's just super cool that it really does celebrate us who are just super big fans of these things. Like, that's the best part. Like, on top of all just the fantastic like one-liners, comedy, the action, the CGI, which I'm pretty sure, like I'm banking is going to still hold up pretty well.
Yeah,
the practical effects on fucking Saris alone, which remodeled how they do makeup for conveying emotions, like with actors and all that, because of how thick it had to be, but they couldn't really move stuff. They did new techniques on that, which helped. Like, which is weird that it flew under the radar as long as it did, and then finally boosted back up, because it's just, that was a long bit. I'm sorry.
No, it's a perfect bit. I'm struggling too, because I just want to dive into. I just want to dive into
the movie,
scene.
so I kind of just zoned out and started I mean, it's going to be a short preamble. Probably should just get to watching the movie and then spend all the time talking about the goddamn movie.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to work out a little bit better now that we're at the 18-minute mark.
Hey, see, you can trust Cole to ramble. If I need to, I can just shut my mind off and just do pure word vomit. Like, hey.
Oh, it's perfect. No, I'm in the same boat where I just want to talk about.
I just want to talk about the fucking movie. I just want to talk about the entire fucking movie, because this is such a good goddamn movie.
It is.
But also just an exciting one to end the season on. Been through so much.
So much. It's been a roller coaster.
It's been a ride.
But okay, that has been the first half of Cole-astic Cinema. When you come back, we're probably going to spend about an hour talking about Galaxy Quest. And if you're not on board by now, you probably should be.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. There will be points where we are talking over each other and then have to remind ourselves that that's not how podcasts work.
Right.
It's just gonna be that fucking excited because I fucking love this movie.
Such a good movie, and I'm excited to watch it again. Haven't seen it. I haven't seen this movie for like 2 or 3 years now.
I'll be honest, it's been longer for me. I don't think I've seen it since I was 21. So it's going on 11 years now.
All right, this is gonna.
But because I've seen it so many times, because I love it so much, I still remember so much of it. So it's just it's ingrained in my brain.
So yeah, we're gonna go watch Galaxy Quest, and we're gonna let you know. Well, we already let you know what we think.
Like y'all know,
it's a favorite, but we're excited to talk about it. And if you're excited to listen to us talk about it,
and then we'll see you after the ads.
Yeah, now we'll be here. And
we'll be here.
Cole, do your thing.
Cue the ads.
Today I tried the Basic Witch Stout. It's a very pumpkin chocolatey stout with hints of cloves, and it's a perfect wintertime beer. Cole, what did you try?
Today I had the Wolf Moon Amber Ale, which is your classic amber ale with nice malt tones, also perfect for the colder weather. Not too heavy, not too light, just right.
And that was Galaxy Quest for the probably 500th time, but
yes.
Holy shit, that movie is just a goddamn blast. It makes me happy every time I see it.
My face hurts from smiling.
I know, right? Smiling, laughing, everything about that movie is just fucking perfect.
I cheered up a little bit, I'll be honest.
Yeah, the ending really gets me too.
Oh, man, they got some good, solid fucking endings. Like Tim Allen actually acting for once in his goddamn life.
Yeah, and like the score is so perfect.
The score, like, yeah, man, I slept on the score as a child. The score sets the mood for so much. Like, it really just capitalizes it. And then you got fucking Quailek's death scene with...
Yeah.
Oh.
Quailek's death scene hits. Actually, like, it hits for... like, in the moment, too. It's like hits on another level for Alan Rickman's character, Alexander. It's like, it hits for him because it's like, oh, this dude, like, he looked up to me like a father.
Yeah.
And now he's, like, dying in my arms. Yeah, of course he's going to be fucking avenged.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And do the goddamn line that he's been fighting the entire fucking movie. And also kind of realize, like, on a certain level, his acting is like legitimately reached somebody to the point where he's considered a father figure.
Yeah.
So, he was Richard III. 5 curtain calls.
5 curtain calls.
5 curtain calls.
All right, let's see. Oh, so first in my notes is playing the crowd. Like,
oh, dude.
Like, Jason Nesbitt, Tim Allen's character, Jason Nesbitt, knew how to play the crowd, even if he's a drunk, washed up, bullshit actor. Like, he knew how to play a crowd. He knows how to go in there and be like, "Look, I'm amazing. You know I'm amazing, and I'm gonna perform for you.
Yeah, let's go. I'm here.
I'm getting paid regardless. It doesn't
Your
matter.
commander is on deck.
Your commander's on deck." Yeah, and then I had the full of shit line.
the first obvious dub.
Yeah. Obvious dub number 1. Cole, get into obvious dub number 1.
Obvious dub number 1 is where am I too late for Alexander's panic attack?
That one's good.
Pretty much, he like takes the fucking the makeup brush and just puts it up his nose and it's like, how did I get here? Here we go. Not this again. This is like I played Richard III. 5 curtain calls. 5 curtain calls.
5 curtain calls.
No, what I'm this used to be an actor. God damn it! And just. And then just too late for fucking Alexander's breakdown. He's like, man, you were so full of it.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do I got? I got, Sigourney Weaver being hot. Which
obvious.
She's always hot, no matter what. But
even now.
Blonde, fake tit Sigourney Weaver. Excuse me. I'll edit that out. Blonde, fake boob Sigourney Weaver is
which those actually she kept both of those afterwards, and she enjoyed wearing them so much because she felt like kind of like a starlet, bimbo starlet a little bit. Like she'd wear them everywhere she went. I think she might even wore them to the alien anniversary that the entire cast from Galaxy Quest went to. Like with her, like
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, but she kept on to him. She's actually quoted as saying that she could feel her IQ drop precipitously every time she put the wig on.
Damn.
And she's like, because she's like, I want to feel like do blondes really have more fun, and she just had a blast with the prosthetics and the wig.
All right, what else do we got? Pushing off Justin Long, yeah. So Tim Allen's character pushes off little baby Justin Long the entire movie up until like the very end. Like he pushes him off when they very first meet. He fucking lays into him later, and then he pushes him off in the parking garage when they meet again and swap transmitters or whatever. Voxes is what they call them. Yeah, and he pushes him off again, and he just completely ignores that he's a person up until the end. He's like, oh, I've got a super fan that I can actually rely on.
Yeah. Who has another group of nerds to where like these guys know how to break it down because, well, it's what it brings back to it being like for the fandom, like pretty much the fandom that ends up saving the day. Like it's not like really the actors or anything. It's coming down to just like the super fans, the ones with the in-depth knowledge, breaking shit down until we have like a pattern for you to get through the chompers. Yeah. Which he also just casually throws out like, and then you go straight through the chompers.
To the chompers, 2242, 2242. The whole pattern.
What is this? This is stupid.
All right, what else do I got? We need your help. I say that all the time, and nobody fucking knows what I'm referencing.
Yeah, no, same here. I think that's one of the few things, one of the many things that you and I started capitalizing on when we first started working together. It was just like Galaxy Quest and like evolution references.
Big Lebowski. Yeah.
But yeah, we need your help.
We need your help.
So what I was reading actually is when he did that while auditioning, like he felt like his audition didn't go that great. So before he left, he actually talked to the director. He's like, hey, can I just try a voice? And so he tried it, and I can't remember where he went to school. It was either Juilliard or Harvard or someplace like that. But it's a way of hitting like all octaves, like in like one speech thing. I was like, there's a certain term for it. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. But he was just him practicing that, and they were so blown away with it. Like before they even told him that he had the part, they were showing his audition to to all the extras and everybody, so they'd know what they were looking for before they even told him that he had the part.
Hell yeah.
Which is awesome. It's like, we need your help. Like, just like, it's like hitting pretty much like every like little rate, like just fluctuates everywhere. And it's, pretty much he just kind of did that on the fly improv, and that became, they had to have like alien school where they take an hour, out of the fucking shooting day to practice like talking and walking. That's why they walk like marionettes and everything. And that's shit, like they went really in depth on that, which is super cool, all just because he decided to go, we need your help.
Let's see what's up. The fucking assholes that are at the convention that start talking shit that pisses off Tim Allen's character and makes him feel like shit.
Well,
they're at the convention. Yeah. They paid to be there.
Well, this is also like pre-YouTube. This is pre like internet really blowing up and stuff. Like the internet's pretty minor at this time. Like Galaxy Quest had its own legit like fan page. They set up like a fan page at the time, which is like just bad links and all kinds of crap.
It's 99, so 99. If you can imagine 1999 internet connections and shit. So like this is before MySpace.
This is before they had comment sections. So back in the day, kids, you actually had to go pay money to go make fun of something.
Yeah, you had to pay money to go make fun of people.
Yeah, to be surrounded by people who are like, oh man, look at all these fucking nerds, even though you're the one that dropped money.
You're still paying the people that the nerds love.
Yeah, and the nerds are just happy to be here, and you're just happy there to shit on them. So we used to have to do that back in the day, and now we have X, we've got Reddit. We got all those fun platforms.
We got all the fun platforms to make fun of people behind the scenes. But no, they paid money to be there to be like, haha, you nerds, even though you paid money to be there, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had that. The vaginal, the I can't remember what it's called, but
it's like a scalp. Not scalpers.
But there's a device that the aliens come in with when they very first get to the ship and they're walking up to Sigourney with, and it's like a vaginal inspection device.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but it's clearly like they're clamping at her, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
But then they immediately realize they forgot their oh crap!
Oh shit! We're toning this down for PG-13. Well, people aren't. Yeah. The general public isn't gonna know what that is.
But the ladies in the audience.
The ladies in the audience are gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Wow, they really went all out. Oh, they learned the anatomy of these motherfuckers and what to check to make sure they're okay. And then Sam Rockwell just screams, which is completely impromptu, and you can see Sigourney Weaver just like genuinely terrified.
She jumps so hard.
Jesus, he didn't tell anyone he planned on doing that, which is also like honestly like some awesome improv, but also just like a legit reaction to you just got put in like what looks like a whole bunch of KY jelly to be launched through space. And then you just land there shivering like you're just dealing with traveling through the fucking stars at an insane speed, and then just floating
like I am right now
octopuses.
because it's fucking freezing in here.
Fucking
God
freezing
damn.
in here.
But yeah,
Just Sigourney Weaver, just like
what else we got? The wonder of spaceship. Yeah, the when they very first get to the ship and they're looking at it while they're outside, they're passing by. It really captures that classic Star Trek, the wonder, like the space, like wonder looking at the ship. Like God, that is so pretty.
Like the
That's
spaceport
so
where it's docked,
impressive.
and it's still really pretty. Like almost 25 years later, like I mentioned earlier, the graphics definitely held up. Like I mean,
they did.
There's some slight datedness a little bit in a few areas, but even then, like it was still really, really, really like still really good.
The money shows on screen.
Oh yes, definitely.
And it's very, very good. I was very impressed. Let's see. Oh, the Picard maneuver. Okay, so Tim Allen's character, he does the tucking or like pulling his shirt down. Referred to not my what is it? Not my own. I'm cutting this out, but I'm trying to remember the. Not my. Give me a sec, I'll remember. Maybe I won't. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, to quote Honest Trailers, the Picard maneuver when Jean-Luc Picard always like he sits down and he like pulls his captain shirt down and tight. Like Tim Allen does that all the fucking times through this movie. So I had to write it down in my notes. He's pulling a Picard maneuver. Shout out to Honest Trailers.
Unfortunately, no Riker sits. Unfortunately,
no Riker maneuvers. What else do I got?
Well, I guess some Riker maneuvers.
Oh, something really, really dark that I didn't notice until this view through, or this watch through of this movie. The Thermian's planet is the space dock. That tiny little sliver.
That's the remnants of their planet.
The remnants of their planet. I didn't notice that until this watch through. I was like, holy
and then
fuck,
all of them,
that's dark.
all of them left the spaceport to get on that ship because there's
that's what's left.
You are our last hope.
That's what's left of them. And
Yeah,
that's so much more dark than I remember.
You can see like where they had those elements of PG-13 or like elements really, really there.
God damn, that was intense. And then I got let's see, my last one before I just stopped taking notes and was just watching the movie.
This was hard to take notes.
Was the makeup, like between like the blood, the damage makeup, like you can see on Tim Allen and Alan Rickman's face, like all of their faces, they've got the standard people makeup where they got the scratches, the cuts, and the blood. But you look at Mathazar while he's lying there, like his blood is all blue and like different, and like the way they did his makeup, like it's so well done and it fits.
Oh, man, there was another visceral fucking scene that had me tearing up. Just because, I think what I was reading after that scene where he has to admit to Mathazar that he's pretty much just been filling full of shit the whole time. Steven Spielberg was on set that day because this was with DreamWorks. When DreamWorks first started, they were looking to like really build shit up, and Steven Spielberg was involved in the creation of that. But Steven Spielberg was on set, and Tim Allen just goes for it. And then like immediately afterwards, he's just like, "I've got to go," and he goes to his trailer, and Alan Rickman's like quoted as saying, like, "I think you just experienced acting." Because they had some tension like off screen, like they didn't really seem to like each other for the longest time, which translates super well and is really, really well done throughout the entire movie, to the point where they kind of found a mutual respect towards the end. But like Alan Rickman kind of been like, you've never taken the craft seriously, because that's fucking who Alan Rickman is.
They were casted very well in their parts.
Yeah, which I mentioned earlier, but then just watching it again, it's just such a solid fucking reminder. Yeah, it's just scene stealing hack.
Oh man, what a perfect movie!
Yeah, no, dude, like legit, like like we were talking, like the only complaints are like continuity errors, like obvious dubs and ADR, people's mouths not moving.
Like with Saris, you can hear that his lines were ADR'd. For the most part, like some of them match up better than others. Like you can hear when some of his lines you can hear when he's in the studio.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but it's noticeable, you know.
It is noticeable, especially now, but also good job with the makeup for 1999 with how the face is like how his face is moving with everything. You could see when he was pleased.
The practicals were really, really fucking good in this movie.
Yeah, and the CGI is
what I strive to do with practical effects.
Absolutely, dude. Like that's to get that kind of expression off of what is clearly just like horror. I can only imagine being in the makeup chair to have all that put on. That'd be so fucking exhausting, but he did an amazing job, and like even with the ADR, like it synced up for the most part fairly well. But there's definitely parts where it's obvious that like
you can tell they were on set for that.
Yeah.
But what else?
What else? I mean, oh man.
Shout out Tony Shalhoub for being the best goddamn character in the fucking movie.
Yeah, well, that's the best part. Is like kind of like the top three are obviously Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, and Alan Rickman. Like out of the entire cast, like this is like these are the top billed guys. But the side characters, the B characters, the C characters, are the ones that really make the movie super well. Like Tony Shalhoub with like being stoned pretty much the entire time, because it's PG, we can't show that, but we can show him eating all the time and smiling and just kind of like.
It's like even when the ship is damaged and they're like crashing.
Like, hey, the ship can't take anymore.
They tell me the engines can't take it. Oh, he's the best.
And there's like turnarounds like, so apparently like find another beryllium sphere if we like just do this. So what do you think? We'll do that. Yeah, you guys.
Let's do that.
You guys, you got it right again. Come here, group hug, and then just goes.
No, he's so good.
Yeah,
and Sam Rockwell just being the red shirt crewman, he was constantly talking about how he's going to die.
He's gonna get out of it if one of those things kills Guy.
Just awesome.
And just clinging to fucking the one of two fucking female characters, or so constantly clinging to Sigourney Weaver, looking for some sort of maternal figure because he's fucking terrified.
And not to mention when he grabs her hand
Mommy!
And starts screaming, "Mommy!"
Mommy! And Alan Rickman, like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
And just obvious call out on tropes. Like, it's an alien planet. Is there air? You don't know.
Shout out to next season's intro.
But also just like, one of my favorite lines is just one of the obvious like plot holes when it comes to stuff like that is like, you just go to any planet and it's got breathable air for the most part. Just,
yeah. Like perfect. Well, that's perfect. Boom. Done. Called out.
But also like not so over the top to where it's like, because then it's like he's over like top of like freaking out about it, and then just cut to Tony Shalhoub's. He's just it seems fine.
Seems fine.
Yeah. It's just I'm trying to think of it like even the notes that I have that we haven't even covered already. Like Guy Fleegman is actually based on a commonly occurring background guy who was on TNG a lot, named Guy.
Okay.
Who played a lot of like throwaway no-name characters and was also like a stunt double and stand-in for both Data and Will Wheaton. So that was like an obvious homage that they did.
Nice.
Which lets you know even more that these guys are true fans of the whole fucking series, which is really, really cool. And the TV Guide interview, actual fucking interview that happened with Jerry Ryan, who played 7 of 9 on Voyager. Legit, just a full interview about how her boobs fit into her costume.
Nice.
And when you see 7 of 9, you kind of do wonder, and then you remember that's not the most important part. But you do wonder.
But you do remember it.
Oh, I remember.
Least. Yeah.
I was the right age. Yeah, so you found a way to lose your shirt again. You can see him obviously slowly taking his shirt off the entire rock monster scene.
As he's talking, he's just like slowly working it off.
Sliding it off. But then when he gets back on deck, the shirt they hand him is the shirt that he fucking dropped.
It's the same exact shirt.
Same exact fucking shirt. Which, that's a continuity error. But
they
also,
just had on deck.
Apparently it came with you. Apparently it was like that. Like, apparently that's just how good Quan, what's not even his last name, is.
It's not even my last name.
But all he has to do is just look at the squid girl, and he's like ready to go.
Oh yeah, He had to have been into some hentai shit because
I mean,
he was into it and they started making out, and then as soon as she pulled out her tentacles, he
wrapped
was
around him,
so much more into
eyes
it.
rolled into the back of his head.
Yeah,
Just that's
man, seen some. I want to fuck an octopus. Oh, this is a pretty lady. I can get with her. Oh, she's also an octopus. Fucking win, buddy.
it's a hell of a thing.
That's a hell of a thing.
Oh, man, I did not take nearly enough notes, just because
I know, right? It's hard to do a review of this movie because it seems like one of the ones that everybody has seen or at least knows about and knows at least that it's one of the best sci-fi movies ever.
And like Rotten Tomatoes, it's got like a super high score. Like I want to say in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which like I think by that point you're just being just a nitpicky prick.
Yeah.
Like this is nothing like Star Trek. Well, it's not like Star Trek. It's an homage, but it's also
not
its own
supposed
thing.
to be. It's its own thing, but it's also a satirical look on Star Trek and the fandom of that whole spiel, or like fandom in general.
Yeah.
Really. And yeah.
But also, like at the same time, it's also a movie that was also cut to hell. So there's gonna be a few things that don't quite match up a little bit when it comes to certain tones and things like that. Like where at one point, off screen, Sam Rockwell asked, like, "Are you stoned?" Or you hear Tim Allen let it go, "Oh shit!" Mm-hmm. Even though they covered up.
That was
Gary
like
Mitchell's.
one of the only one. Like, there's not really any swearing in this movie.
No, although it is weird that the Thermians say, "Thank God he has not." So it makes you wonder if they believe in the same God or if they have their own.
Well, they're also being translated though.
Ah, true.
So it would be translating from their God.
Their God. So thank God he has not. And there's a few things that don't translate, but they're definitely more specific, like Klaatu Nebula, which Klaatu is named after the aliens from
Evil Dead. Klaatu, Verada,
Actually, I don't think that one. That'd be weird if they threw an Evil Dead reference.
That's a weird cross reference.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a reference to Klaatu being from like not the Invasion of the Body Snatchers or the day. It's the day the Earth stood still.
Yeah.
The alien's name is Klaatu, so it's the Klaatu Nebula from that. So like even more science fiction stuff, they're quoting more than just Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fucking fun.
There's especially with the fandom, there's elements of all of that.
Fun thing I looked up, so they didn't want to get in trouble with Star Trek when it came to the doors opening, even though they're pretty much the same. So instead of doing the whoosh, like they have in Star Trek, they use the sound of the doors in Doom.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got a Doom reference. Found the Doom reference right there. Also, they had a comic book series, comic book reference.
Galaxy Quest or Doom?
Galaxy Quest.
Well, Doom also has a comic book.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Doom. We're talking about Galaxy Quest.
I'd rather talk about Doom.
I'm aware. We listened to...
Preview for Season 2.
Preview for Season 2. I've got one round.
There's a preview for Season 2. Fans of the podcast, stay tuned.
Stay tuned because we... Oh, man. Giving all the teasers out now. That's what we do now. It's part of the thing. Just teasing it.
Teasing new episodes and episodes you guys want us to see.
Yeah, definitely need some suggestions. Got some friends and family members suggesting stuff, but I'd like to hear other things. There's a lot of movies I don't know and have not heard of, or I've just completely forgotten about.
Yeah.
And I like hearing about them.
And if you want to leave suggestions or reminders in the comments, feel free to.
Absolutely. Except for Harry Potter. We've already got that planned out with somebody else.
We do have Harry Potter planned out.
That's going to be our Rhett shout out. Take another shot.
Another Rhett shout out. We have a Harry Potter marathon that we're planning on doing with Mr. Rhett. Longtime listeners know. And that'll be a fun episode.
Yeah, that was a fun little tease to kind of get, like, as soon as we brought it up, how we just immediately started talking about it.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. But it was a lot of fun. But that is not Galaxy Quest. Which also... man. I'm trying to think, what are the problems with the movie?
Some ADR a little bit. Just from, like, you can hear the studio... Like you can clearly hear that it was recorded. It wasn't recorded on set.
But the sets are also really nice.
Also, like the paper bag that Tony Shalhoub has
had in his mouth while getting the sphere, and then immediately just disappears.
Yeah, and he also has it when they get teleported in. It's not clear. Like, that's never explained or it's never brought up, and it's just kind of there. And
I'm guessing that's where he got the cheese sticks. He's able to, like, eat with the biggest smile on his fucking face while they're going down to the Goblin Valley.
That could be it, yeah.
But yeah, it's rarely touched on.
It's not brought up at all.
At all.
Yeah.
But Quan's not even my real name. I'm just gonna screw it up.
But realistically, like, that's it for me. Like the ADR and the paper bag.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline is, I mean, it's solid. I mean, especially like based on how naive the Thermians are even played as. You could say, well, also like the Gilligan's Island reference. Some people legit thought that there was like people actually trapped on an island. Supposedly, it's like word of mouth. That's only like back in the day. Gilligan's Island actually had people trying to petition to like raise funds to get them off that island.
Damn.
I don't know if that's real. That's what I've read on way too many things and heard about too many times. So that's just, maybe it's just like a common myth, like when they read oh god damn it, oh no, what is it called? Did the radio play involving the aliens? It's got the tripods.
Tom
Cruise was in the movie
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, War of the Worlds. Like that's like a common. I still don't know that's real, but they did it as radio play. People like legit freaked out thinking it was actual news.
Yeah.
Could be real, could be not, but like, it's fun to think about people just being that dumb, thinking like we got to get those people off that island.
Yeah,
and then just to have them bring that reference, like, oh, those poor people.
Those poor people. It's a good one. Well,
although one thing that does, I am kind of curious about, that kind of I would like to see expanded upon is like, so it's a television show created in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Last episode was shown in 1986, is what they lead off with. So that means like some of the writers have to be like actual aliens to be referencing like actual things, like because these are real things. Like the Thermians are able to just find these things they're watching on television, which are supposedly being made up by writers, but all turns out to be true. And I would kind of like to know what was going on behind the scenes for someone to have like access to this kind of information, like if they're just manifesting it by writing about it, like a beryllium sphere, like a beryllium. Beryllium is, I believe, a chemical compound. I don't think it has anything to do with what it actually does in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
So it could just be a name, or just the fact that they're able to like have food from people's home planets. Like, so it's like, oh, so this is clearly an alien
planet
race.
Clearly exists.
Yeah. So we're able to get those.
So it has to exist in that universe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I'm with you. So the writers. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So the writers had to have. Like either known
or they're just like some of just the luckiest motherfuckers just happen to get it right.
I mean, the universe is really big.
It's a big universe.
So I can't.
But when it comes to like actual alien species and their diets,
yeah.
I mean, like sure, give Tim Allen, give Peter Quincy Taggart, Iowa-fed beef.
Human.
Yeah, he's just human from Iowa.
Which Kirk is human.
Yeah, Kirk is human. Picard is human. They're all, for the most part, human. Minus like a fucking Vulcan here, Beta Z there, an android. Fucking Wesley, who's not human. He's just fucking annoying.
Fucking Wesley.
The only person worse than Wesley is Alexander. And I stand by that. I fucking hate all the Alexander episodes. Fuck Worf's son. He's fucking annoying. Also, what I did like, speaking of Worf, is how they made Guy, the chief, like a security specialist, which means instead of being the guy that dies, he's going to be the guy that always gets his ass kicked to show how serious the situation is.
Yeah.
Because he's quoted for saying that. It's like, I'm here to die just to show how serious the situation is.
Fucking Worf always.
Worf is always getting his ass kicked to let you know. It's like, oh man, these guys mean business. So Worf is always going to get his ass kicked.
But you got to show Worf being a badass first, or at least a badass most of the time.
Yeah, no, after a while, it's just fucking shit on Worf time. And it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. Worf deserves better. Worf is awesome. Also didn't have the whole fucking Troy thing. This isn't a Star Trek podcast.
No. But we have to talk about Star Trek.
We do, because that is Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. I had to be on that same lines. But honestly, I think we're good for this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah.
We're an hour in. So, yeah. We're that was Galaxy Quest, and I know it was 90% us just raving about how great this movie is, but honestly,
yeah, the only fucking
is just great.
Only like not even gripes. Only problems are just like obviously like editing, odd ADR issues, continuity issues, like small things like that. Little peaks of like you could see kind of behind the camera a little bit in certain spots, but even then, like the movie's not really affected by it all that much.
No.
Although I would like to see a cut where I could hear Sigourney Weaver say "fuck that."
Yeah, that would be good. So yeah, that was Galaxy Quest, and if you haven't seen it, I don't see any of our listeners having not seen it.
I mean,
but if you haven't seen it, go watch Galaxy Quest. It's a really, really good movie, and it's a lot of fun, and you'll have a lot of fun. And yeah, that has been us with Cole-astic Cinema. And next time, oh shit, no, this is the season finale. So yeah, thank you for listening this season. This has been a great time. We've enjoyed having you on. And if you like us, please leave a like, share, a comment, and recommend to your friends. And let us know what you think. I don't know what else to say.
I know how to end it.
Yeah.
Never give up. Never surrender.